Yeah, I think we can get underway. So, yeah, I'll just quickly introduce the game. So, welcome along. This is from the World Cup qualifying round. So, this is a regional qualifying stage. We have 166, I believe it is, players who've been split into 16 different regional groups. This is from the Netherlands and South Africa group. We've got jeastthebeast and we've got Shepherd. Now, both players got off to a very good start so far in this World Cup qualifying. Jeast, 6 wins, 1 defeat. Shepherd, 4 wins, 1 defeat. Both very healthy points difference as well. So, strong start, strong performances so far. And yeah, we're going to have a good old ding-dong of a battle between the two of them here today. And joining me on the commentary, I've got Aquanaut. How are you doing today?
I'm all right. It's been a little bit of a crazy week for me personally, so I am very excited to talk about birds and
Excellent.
talk about a relaxing strategy game about birds in the interest of relaxing a little bit. So
yeah, what more could you ask for to wrap off your week on a nice Friday afternoon / evening than to watch some nice Wingspan? So
exactly. We've got, the global big day tomorrow from the Cornell Lab of Ornithology.
Oh, yes.
So happy Cornell Big Day
Perfect.
Eve if everyone is celebrating. I have a bit of a aside here. My workplace, one of our clients, the portfolio of projects I work on, without going into crazy detail, is run by a guy who's a huge birder. So there's actually a contest that my workplace is included in because we work on these projects that are all named after birds, to see who out of this 50-person list can see the most species tomorrow during the big day. And I won last year out of this group, so wow. I have to defend my title for my workplace.
There you go. You've got some credibility to withhold, so very good. Well, yep. look forward to hearing about that afterwards. But yeah, we've got some World Cup action coming up. So yeah, Jeast up against Shepherd. We've done our flip. Jeast is going first. So yeah, you want to send the invite out, Jeast, so we can get this underway. Best of luck. Both players in this game as we go and get started here. So as I say, should be a good game. 2 players who've had some really strong results and some big scores so far. So yeah, hopefully all expansions included here, we're gonna get ourselves a good game. So here we go, jumping on in. Jeast with the starting hand. All right, we got a blue rock thrush now. Is he feeling crazy? Is he feeling like going for that kind of bird? I feel like with people watching,
it's a move to do that.
You've got to entertain the fans, right? Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want, exactly.
So that could well be a keep, but yeah, not no other real card drawing options. So it might have to be the bird to go for. But what would you look to keep from this starting hand, Aquanaut?
I don't know. I like not great options altogether, and the tray also similarly looks bad. I know that there's no such thing as a bad bird, only a bad situation for a bird, but
absolutely,
genuinely, maybe the crow, stubble quail, and then the crow, and you've got some eggs to work with if you'd like to build up some food. The crow in the wetland with that, because both really cheap birds, and you can just do a little bit of digging.
Yeah,
that's my first instinct here.
I think you're right about the stubble quail. I mean, that's one that I would so often look to keep at the start, but it's really tricky here because there's not really any forest birds. There's no actual food generating brown powers, so it's quite a tricky one to go with. And kind of like you say, not a great tray. I mean, I will say I quite like the brambling.
I do like the brambling.
So that may well be, one to look at for Jeast and pick that up. It's a forest bird. You can get it in there. And obviously use that teal power to maybe get yourself some cards, hopefully some good ones at the end of the round. So yeah, just go stubble quail. That's a very interesting keep. And yeah, we'll see what goes from the tray. I'm sure we'll see Jeast pick up some birds. But here we go into Shepherd's hand.
Better starting hand for Shepherd, I think. Like the Azure Tit.
Very nice one.
Oh yeah. I don't know no really good wetland option here though, so
Yeah, both players really struggling for that card access early on. So this could be a case of who can maybe go off the top of the deck and find something good. Because no wetland brown powers. May just have to be this red kite. Falcon are obviously a nice bonus card there for Shepherd, so pick up a couple of more points with that bird. But yeah, really a tough one, and not great starting hands on either side. So it'll be a tough one, but I think this is where it's fun to see the challenge for these kind of top quality Wingspan players for what they can do in this situation. So yeah, it looks like probably just the Azure Tit and the red kite. I mean, Shepherd kind of looking at the Great Egret, which I can maybe understand if you maybe get a little bit more food, but I think this is the sensible play. Just keep the 2 birds, keep the food for them, and go with that. Wow, okay, Jeast off the top of the deck finds the Twite as well. So Brambling and Twite going down together. That could be
revealing the Sea Eagle.
That could be nice, but yeah, I think so. I think if you're Shepherd, you've got to go pick that up from the tray. I mean, that obviously works perfectly with the Falconer bonus card, and is actually a better brown power. You can probably put that in the wetlands instead of the red kite and do some digging. So yeah, I'd definitely be looking at going for that, and yeah, maybe he can get a lucky draw off the top of the deck as well. We'll see. Go for the house run. Okay. Could be an interesting one. We'll see what the plan is there. But yeah, both players I think will be quite happy with the birds they've now picked up. Jeast definitely can get something going here. I think Brambling and Twite, really strong combo to get both of those down in this first round. He's just going to see so many cards in the round end phase that obviously can turn some of those into tucks, which is going to be points. So I don't think that's too bad of an option to go with. But yeah, still no wetland birds, so that may be something to try and solve going into round 2.
Yes.
And yeah, likewise here. Go on.
Yeah, probably getting food. Yeah, unfortunate. Oh, but they'll have enough to overpay for the eagle here.
Yeah, it's not a great
feeder to leave for your opponent.
Yeah,
there,
not a great time to reveal a feeder full of nectar. So
nectar.
Yeah, may be tempting actually to actually just go and take food again. I mean, I'm sure Jeast is going to go and grab more nectar here. So and then resetting the feeder as well, very tactical there. But yeah, I wonder if he will do something maybe with this stubble quail. Maybe just buy time. Take food a bunch, play the quail, play the Twite, and as I say, you're seeing 4 cards there, so I think that's quite a nice option maybe to just always, be patient, wait until the round end comes through and see if that gets you a wetland bird rather than sort of go randomly digging. But I think that's where Shepherd is going to be able to capitalize and do a little bit of digging and see what comes up.
How's your World Cup going so far?
Oh, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I was saying this to someone in a DM only about half an hour ago. Started off well, and then you go on those runs where you just have a few games where things don't seem to go your way. So I finished all my games 6-4, so I'm crossing my fingers. But it's been a tough UK group this year. So who knows?
The Midwest is also incredibly stacked.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting, I think, just looking at some of the groups and seeing the dynamic as the games have been played, as the group stages unfold. So yeah, certainly lots of tough groups, and I think there'll be plenty of big players who'll be fingers crossed for some wildcards, I think, at this stage of the tournament. So yeah, will be interesting to see. But I think both of these players, they'll be feeling good, as I say. Good starts in the tournament so far. Jeast in particular looking like he might be home and dry, but I'm sure he'll be wanting to get a win here. So there we go. Twite has gone down. I saw he picked up another nice forest bird there. Great tit coming through. So maybe looking to get that down. Meanwhile, Shepherd, going and drawing and resetting this tray, which I think is a good idea. Black-throated diver, the kind of bird Jeast wants, definitely got to be taken and blocking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to do it, Shepherd. Don't. You can't leave that.
Yeah, don't leave that.
You cannot leave that. Yeah, that could be a nice one.
Yeah. I always miss the eye when I read that, but I like that one. I've had a couple good games with it recently.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's just got that flexibility, right? You can maybe take some food if you want it, or maybe later in the game when you just want to run it as an engine, you can get the tucks there. So could be a nice one in the wetlands, could be nice in the grasslands as well, just to get something started there. And does hit the end of round goal as well, which is something that Shepherd may well be thinking about and looking at. So definitely doesn't hurt to have that as an option. And yeah, see what can come of that. But there you go.
Does Jeast always play in Habitat View?
I was wondering that myself. It's been a while since I've watched Jeast play.
I'm an athlete. I know that we've all got our superstitions and our rituals, but this is a little extreme. No judgment, but
it's slightly chaotic. It's not what I expected from him. So yeah, we're gonna have to be using our memory to try and remember what he's got everywhere. He does seem to be moving through the habitats, which is very kind, very considerate.
Yes.
So that'll be good. But yeah, he did finally get his wetland bird in, so may look to draw some cards. But I say that the teal powers is where this is going to be really the strength of just seeing a bunch more cards, and he'll be hoping, I'm sure, for some nice brown powers to come through. And meanwhile, here we go.
At home, I did make a quick request for a brief look, but not trying to practice slow here. Just trying to give the people what they want.
Yeah. Now if he loses, he's going to come back and blame you because he had to change out of habitat view. So he's ruined his whole flow there. But no, this is preferable to be able to see everything going on all at once. But interesting play for Shepherd there, going double play into red kite straight away. I mean, I feel like that's got to be for the end of round goal, but it's really quite rare that you see a play like that so early on.
Yeah, I know it gets his bonus card, but very interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of, I don't know. It feels like it's a play just to get that first grassland bird in there as well, to obviously get those 2 eggs as he's done here. And yeah, it's the bird you want to play at some point for the bonus card as well. Right. But
he's just pulling on the Brambling and Twite now. He had a painted bunting and an ash-sorted flycatcher come up.
Yeah, not maybe exactly the birds he was looking for. So yeah, not surprised to see
both are gone.
See those go. Got another chance here with a Twite. Maybe some nice brown powers. Are they going to come up?
Nope. First one.
Well, he likes a good predator, so
not ideal.
Yeah, he may well want to go with the eagle, but then again, you've got to tuck those other birds, which I think this is a good combo. The great tit and the stubber quail. I think get the great tit down. You suddenly got your food access going, and then spend some extra food on the quail. Feels very good.
Smart also to do those teals in the order that he did, because then he could save the cards for the Twite tuck if he really wanted to give himself some flexibility, because the second one is the required one. The first one you say
absolutely.
Ooh, Franklin's goal in the tray.
You've definitely got to be taking that. So no surprise.
So I wonder if this is then we're going to see Franklin's goal and Munia go down the grassland.
So. Yeah, I think so. And to be honest, I mean, maybe that black-chinned hummingbird as well. Obviously, the food there could be useful in playing, maybe the gull, maybe the Munia as well. So I don't necessarily mind that. But yeah, Franklin's gull here, that is going to be a game-changing bird, and it's just going to unlock such strength in this grasslands, and just seeing all those extra cards, I think, is exactly what Shepherd wants in this situation. So definitely a nice one to get hold of. So yeah, I think we'll see a grasslands engine being built out here, and this extra food from the Azure Tit's definitely going to help out with that as well. Yeah, tricky position for G-Still, because this tray is a very nice tray for Shepherd, of course, but they're not really great options coming up in its place. I mean, we have got more options for discarding food in both the Swift and the Ravens, so if he can get something going with this great tit here and build out a bit of a forest to get a bunch more food coming through. Maybe those are options, but I think he's kind of hoping for something a bit better here, and may need to do some gambling off the top. But yeah, great tits going in, and we've seen Franklin's go as well, so this is going to be nice birds going down for both players. They're going to get things going, and I think, as you said, the Munir here, I feel like that's going to be a really good play, and that's going straight in, so definitely going to help the food access a little bit, and then maybe later on in the game when you're just laying eggs and trying to score points, getting the tuck there is going to be really, really helpful. So definitely a nice play. I think it's Munir. I don't know. Is it Munir? Munir?
I don't. The first time I have a very funny story. I think I might have told this to some combination of people, but a couple of years ago, I go to the Indiana Dunes birding festival, right? And this guy is saying, oh, like, we're gonna find this like warbler, right? And I'm like, oh, you mentioned earlier we're gonna see this Perthonotry warbler, right? And he's like, where are you from? And I'm like, well, I've only heard a British man say this bird, so that's my pronunciation of it.
Yeah,
and he's like, no, it's Protonotary.
No, yeah.
So, I don't think I'm the most reliable on the pronunciation.
I'm not the authority on how to pronounce bird names, especially when they're American. I'm making it up as I go along. So,
all right, we've got Beans in the chat saying Moonia. All right.
Yeah, I feel like
to be confused with the cowbird. Haha, get it? Moonia. All right.
I mean, to be fair, for a lot of these birds, I've trusted listening to the woman on the game who reads out the bird names, but then I've seen people on the Monster Couch server saying, oh, this bird is pronounced wrong. So my only authority for how to pronounce these bird names is pronouncing them wrong in some cases. So and then other people hear me say it a certain way, then that's how they start saying it, and it's a whole mess. So
whole thing.
Yeah, don't trust any of us.
Don't trust anyone.
I think Malifaux, I don't mind that. Already got a couple of star nests out. Yeah.
The Aquat's cheap, the Aquat's cheap to get down.
Mm-hmm. And that next end around goal as well, helpful with that, good synergy. So definitely something to consider. And now Golden Eagle coming up in the tray as well, which I feel like when you've got Falconer and when you're kind of going for this Grasslands engine where you want to get nice brown powers in there, that feels like a good pickup to go for. So I'd expect we're going to see Shepard pick that up, and indeed he does. So that'd be a very, very nice one to get down. But equally, Jeast getting this yellow-billed cuckoo. So are we indeed going to see that going? Yes, we are. So that's going to be good. Getting some eggs coming in, and just taking a point off this Grasslands engine each time. Yeah, that's going to help out Jeast, I think, a lot here.
And so much cup nest egg space with the brambling and the twite.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's not going to be a problem at all. And just every egg that comes in, I mean, it's a point, which is obviously useful, but eggs can be such a tricky thing to get hold of here. Obviously, the stubble quail in hand is going to be nice. So I think when that goes down, which probably is going to be next round, thinking about that end of round goal, that's just going to get a big influx of eggs coming in. But I think just getting every other turn maybe from this cuckoo, if that can get an egg through, it's just going to help play more birds later on. Which is I think what Jeast is going to want. So Hummingbird going in the forest here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and now Raven's coming up. Oh, and Snowy Bunting. So wow, okay. That was a very nice draw for Jeast. He's going to be very happy there.
Wow. So do you think he pivots here?
I don't know. It's tough. I think it's
he's got the food for the Raven.
I know. It's very convenient that he's got the food for it. I'd be very tempted to. I'd be very tempted to. I mean, you're going to be able to get nectar from that, which I think is a big area where Shepard is struggling, right? This Grasslands is good, and the Bunny is helpful for getting the seeds coming through, but it's not a big nectar producing board. And so I think if Jeast can really target that, know where your opponent is weak and try and exploit that. And nectar scoring could be a big area there. So yeah, I'd be thinking very carefully about that. But it is very easy, I think, to see a Raven and just you go blind and you feel dazzled and you feel like you have to play it. But yeah, he just passed up on I think a catbird and got give it the other way one instead. But yeah, it's I think Jeast is on a surprisingly high number of points given given how
I would not look at this board and say there's 44 here.
Yeah, given how little he seems to have managed to do, but I think he's done well on these end of round goals, and as I say, he is kind of leading in most of these nectars, so that is going to be I think important. And we've now got red-legged partridge come up, so I feel like you've got to take that and go in this grasslands here. I feel like that's the way this is going to go. The great tit's perfect there with all that egg space ready to lay eggs onto. So I'd be really, really tempted to go for that here.
Especially with the raven and the fact that you can get 3 food right away with the tit in the forest.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, one of the problems that you can sometimes run into with the partridge is, you want to use it a lot, so you're laying eggs a lot. But then you just fill up on that egg space so quickly, and that's where the raven, I think, really does help out. And especially with this Australian raven, you're always going to want to use the Chihuahuan raven to take food because you're going to be able to cache it at the end of the game. So yeah, I feel like that's a great opportunity for Jeast here, and still just about enough time, I think, to make that work. But yeah, Shepherd, I think, still in a strong position and still will be looking to go for this grasslands. And yeah, I think this is a good time to try and take some food. I'm probably looking for more nectar, really, wanting to get that golden eagle down. There we go, very nice. So I
wondered if the warbler was going to tempt him, but
it is tempting.
Like I think smart choice to grab food first, and you got things to play. It's not like you're hurting for choice.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's one of those, especially where I've just seen my opponent draw once this round and pick up quite an expensive bird, and I'd be starting to think, okay, are they gonna have an extra turn to go and draw cards here? And if not, maybe I can be patient in Shepherd's shoes here. Maybe just take time, as you get the food, get the eagle down. And if the warbler's still there, you could pick it up then. You got the food for it already. I feel like that would be potentially a good play. And even that fairy wren, I mean, it's not often that is a good play, but there's lots of small birds on this board. It's a star nest, which again synergizes with the Malifaux, so we could see some nice yellow power combos coming in here. But yeah, it will all just be about what birds I think Shepherd can be finding otherwise from the deck, but I think when there's 2 good options in the tray, it's going to be very tempting to go for those.
Okay, eagle going down.
Yeah, it's just such a nice play here. 8 points, and then another 2 on the bonus card as well. So already, 6 on that falconer, looking pretty tidy there. And looking like Jeast, I think it was maybe hoping that the feeder was going to get reset because it maybe wanted a bit more nectar. But I think, you take the food that you need that's there. You can do partridge and raven back to back. That feels nice. I mean, this snow bunting, I think, is tempting as well. And maybe seeing golden eagle go down is kind of forcing the hand a little bit here. Getting that snow bunting down more quickly. So I think that could definitely just put off Shepherd here from wanting to use that eagle, but he is going for
here to get food.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. It's tough. I think when the food that you need is there, it's very tempting to go and grab that. So I think it's just going to be a question of getting things down. Like this is a critical part of the game, I think, always, but it feels ever more so for Jeast here, where there's things to do, there's birds to play, but just time is always running out in order to do that. So I think there is still time to make the raven and the partridge work, but you got to get a move on. You got to get the birds down and make the most of those powers.
I think Shepherd's not also been running the grassland as much as Jeast would have hoped to take advantage of that cuckoo. We saw him have to lay eggs earlier, so that definitely has slowed down his tempo a little bit.
I think so. Yeah, I think having to take a turn to lay eggs there was not ideal. I might have been tempted to be a bit more patient and maybe take food the extra time, just in the hope that the free egg would come through. But yeah, it's tough, and I think that's where experience comes through in Wingspan in Shepherd's position, where you see my opponent's not got any eggs. They're maybe sat there waiting for a free one from me. If I do other things, maybe play birds, take food, can cause a little bit of poor tempo for my opponent. I think that's a good position to be in. So we do see partridge go down. So it's going to be lots of eggs coming through here for Jeast.
Malleefowl or one of these other ground nests go down here. I imagine not the auklet yet, probably the fairy wren or the Malleefowl, just because that's what Shepherd's got food for, but can seem considering that just to cement this end of round win. Yeah,
I think I'd probably look at, if you're going to play the Malleefowl, I think I'd probably lay eggs again here and make the most of the Munir seed. I think the 2 worms there, I'd want to use those on either that fairy wren or, as I say, the warbler in the tray. But I think both of those yellow powers, I think those could be good plays. But yeah, I would say I'm a little bit surprised that the fairy wren got picked up before the warbler. I mean, maybe he's thinking about putting it in the grasslands here just to push that out to the final space and get the extra egg each time. So that might be a tempting option. But yeah, I agree with you. I think playing a ground nest here is important. Get the lead on that end of round goal and make sure you're taking the points there. So still a few turns left to be doing that. And it's going to lay eggs here, which I think makes sense. And for Jeast, I think I'm definitely interested to see as well what is going to go in the water. We've got the chat asking this question as well. I mean, I feel like there's the food to play Snow Bunting and to play the Raven, so I would certainly be looking at the Snow Bunting. Even if my opponent's gonna end up skipping the brown powers and I don't get any tucks from it, there's still value in playing that. There's still value in preventing maybe a point each turn for my opponent. So I think that is what he'll be thinking. I feel like he can't go for this whitetail. Yeah. Stop wagging your tail, Jeast. I mean, if it was round 2, I might be a bit more tempted with a bird like that, but it's kind of late. I don't see much value coming out of that, especially if you're going with the partridge, right? Once that's down, your incentive is to use that grasslands as many turns as you can. You do not want to be distracting yourself in the final round with having to take food, having to draw cards, do all these other turns. You just want to be going in the grasslands, laying eggs, scoring points, getting the food, playing that Australian Raven. That feels like the plan. Again, he's still got these teal powers, the Brambling and the Twite. You're going to look at 4 cards there. There's every chance that a nice Puffin or a Whooping Crane or something like that is going to come up. And you've got to be ready for that. So I think that's what Jeast will certainly be hoping for here. So looking like Shepherd's going to take the end of round goal, so that's going to be a nice big chunk of points for him at this stage. And there we go, skipping the eagle, which I think makes sense. You do not want to give away any Snow Bunting tucks here. So got another one of these predator birds in the tray of the Eurasian hobby, so that might be
I think the hobby on the tit, maybe that's the small bird, so maybe not with the fairy wren, but
it's a tricky one because there's no obviously great candidate to play it on top of. I mean, maybe you just pay the food for it.
Oh, that too. Yeah, I actually did do that. There was a game, the 2v2 game, our first one. My best 2 plays in the last round were a Tecla's Lark followed by a Eurasian Hobby for a Nectar win.
Wow. But that's the thing, yeah.
That tells you anything about the state of the game.
Yeah, I mean, when there's nectars, there's end of round goals, there's bonus cards. Like suddenly these kind of slightly wacky birds. Yeah. So... Well, there you go. It's clearly it was all down to those last couple of plays. So
it was the Hobby and the Lark. Yeah. So what does Jeast do next year? Which Raven?
Well, I don't know because he didn't play the Raven, so he could have done. Obviously, I think he might have needed to lay eggs for the end of round goal. I don't know if he was going to qualify anyway, but he's not played it. And more importantly, he actually discarded a food. So I feel like he's not going Raven here. I feel like that is Raven's off the cards here.
On the turn. There's Kiwi, but if you have ecologist, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. It's always tough when you draw Kiwi at a time when it's actually not the best card you could have found. So, well, there you go. That's exactly the bird that you want to see if you're Shepherd. With Falconer as well. So, wow, there you go. Yeah, I think that's certainly a better option than a Eurasian Hobby that I would be looking to play for free. So yeah,
like very main deck here maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this should in theory be quite a straightforward endgame for Shepherd. I think you can just lay eggs. I mean, play the Benelli, maybe play that Orklet as well. It's hits Falconer and has the ground nest for the Malifaux, so it's going to pick up more points there. But yeah, I don't know.
I wonder what bird he'll leave without an egg. I guess the Farron and the Malifaux kick in later, but you're gonna have to manage that a bit.
Yeah, I feel like he should be okay for egg space here. I mean, that's certainly where the Farron and the Malifaux are coming in handy because they just have so many egg spaces that you can afford to lay on those. Obviously, leave a couple of spaces free, but yeah,
I thought he wasn't gonna take it.
No. Don't even tease us, Shepherd. We know you want that. We know you're picking it up. So,
but just like what happens on the off chance you forget to reselect that? Like that's nightmares.
Your finger slips and you accidentally draw off the deck. Nightmare scenario there. So, no, luckily did the right thing and grabbed the Benelli. And yeah, we're starting to see tucks as well. So I think it's an interesting dynamic here with the Eagle and the Munir, because maybe you see if the Eagle hits, and then if it does, you can get the tuck or the Munir for free, and then maybe if it misses, you can just take the seed anyway. That might be something that Shepherd's thinking about here. But okay, go food. I wasn't expecting that. So okay, do we think Snowy Owl's gonna go in here in this situation?
Yeah, maybe draw a card instead of lay an egg with the Snowy Owl. So that you have a third one to tuck for the Benelli.
Yeah, that may well be, and he might be thinking about the
nectar.
The nectar, and obviously not got any spent in this forest. So even maybe he is going to play this hobby with just food. I mean, it's really interesting situation. I think he might be thinking about the end of round goal as well here. I mean, obviously, your opponent's got Partridge. They're going to want to hammer Grasslands for lots of points. I think it's a good Grasslands for Shepherd. Like, if everything's going well, you're scoring points. But the 2 pink powers just really, docks points off there. And I think as well, with this end of round goal, maybe he is thinking, I've got so many birds down. I can definitely get enough birds without eggs to win that and obviously get the 6-point swing. So, yeah, maybe some calculations going on here. But I think having these birds in hand, which, I think there's quite a few potential good plays here. Obviously, with the bonus card in mind, I'm sure we'll see. I feel like at least 2 of these birds have got to go down. Maybe there's time to play 3, but yeah, this is where just doing that counting now, and he's thinking hard about this hummingbird activation, counting how much food. This is so critical at this time in the game to think about food. So yeah, it's just where this nectar's going to get spent. Does feel like in the forest. Yeah, maybe on Benelli's Eagle. Who knows if he's got enough cards? We'll have to wait and see on that. yeah, really, really quite an interesting end game. So
yeah,
obviously, kind of tough for Geese. I mean, do you think would you play Kiwi in this situation?
I was actually just going to ask you the same thing.
Yeah, well, good thing I asked you first.
You're hoping you get more than 4 points because you're not getting a 6th point. You theoretically do have the Raven, right? So if you play the Raven, I don't think maybe you play the Kiwi and don't do the activation. You just want it for the points. But I at that point you're trying to figure out, can I score more than 6 bonus points?
Yeah.
Playing the Kiwi.
It's tough. There's no guarantee on that. And I guess thinking as well, with this Raven going down, every food that's being spent is potentially a food that you could be cashing as well. So it's a tough.
And that's guaranteed points rather than trying to roll a little bit with the Kiwi.
Yeah, it's tough.
He does the Hail Mary, I would say. I would agree with that, Captain Option, but because not many options here.
Yeah, it's a good point, and I think that is where. Yeah, if you feel safe in this position, you feel like you're ahead and you've got a good chance of winning this game, take the safe points with the eggs, with the caches, whatever it's going to be. But yeah, sometimes you feel like you're behind. You think, I need to gamble here, and I need to see, like, this is where you look at your board and you kind of think, okay, what are the better bonus cards? And to be honest, like, even looking at this board, I don't know what there is much better than Ecologist, because he's just got so few birds down, and it's not like he's got loads of Rodentologist birds. It's not like he somehow score 9 on Behaviorist or something like that. It's really quite limited.
Bird wouldn't make Large Bird. Would score 3 on Prairie Manager, 3 on Forester right now.
Exactly.
Site Selection is one out there. I'm not sure how many. I would need to see his board again, but
yeah, he'd get a few points off that. But it's not really. I don't know. It's I think in this situation, if I'm discarding, what I know is going to be. 6 points with the Kiwi going in the grasslands. Like, it's so tough to sacrifice that. But a great draw for Shepherd over there. Yeah, Wildlife Guarder for 4 is very, very welcome at this stage of the game. And he's taking the card
for the finale. But I'm sure considering that Nectar.
Yeah, I mean he's got to spend 1 Nectar in the forest. I think that just has to happen because there's 2 points that you're leaving on the board otherwise. So even. Does feel like it's going to be Benelli with 2 cards and a Nectar, and then I would guess it is going to be this Auklet we're going to see going down, overpay on that in the wetlands, and get the Malifaux leg on that as well. So
interesting that he's discarding a food and not a card here, because I don't know if I would play that Quail, and that food is unless you're going to toss it for a food.
Yeah,
because he needs Kiwi food.
I think I can only assume that he's not going to play either of these birds, and whether it's going to be maybe just eggs twice more. I mean, the bunting is going to fill up, but I think maybe you just have to accept that. Maybe it's eggs once and then food once to get some more for the caches on the Raven. But yeah, I'd certainly be discarding cards here before food. I mean, I can only assume that G's got a plan and he knows what he's going to do with these extra cards. But yeah, they're not worth anything at the end of the game here. But it does feel like, this end of round goal is going to go Shepherd's way. And it definitely works out nicely with these birds like the Ferrier and the Malifaux, because you've already got to make sure you have some egg space available for those birds to use them in the game end phase. And being able to also pick up some end of round goal points. It's nice, but okay, we're seeing Hobby go down. Now,
oh my gosh,
I don't know about that. Yeah,
you're dropping a point on that.
Yeah, I don't.
I think you played on a Snowy Owl because the Snowy Owl doesn't count for Falconer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Snowy Owl's going to get an egg off the Malifaux. I'm confused. I'm confused why the Hobby went down instead of the Auklet. I feel like the Auklet is definitely a better play there.
Bigger points, another Malifaux point.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed 6 instead of 6, 7, -2 for the tit. So it's 5. So still your net 1 better with the Auklet.
Yeah, it's a tricky
one. 2
one.
points more. Actually, yes, the egg.
mean, maybe, yeah, because I suppose the thing is, by playing hobby, you don't pay any eggs, and now I don't know. I feel like you still got to put Benelli in the forest though, because you need those 2 nectar points. So you're not really saving that much in terms of the egg points. So yeah, definitely some interesting kind of little micro decisions I think at the end game for both players. But yeah, just the 1 turn left for Shepherd when you got Benelli in hand. So I think that's definitely got to go down here. But here we go. Indeed, Jeast is grabbing some food. He's grabbing nectar, so maybe we are going to see Kiwi go in. Maybe, yeah, yep. Does feel like it. Maybe he's feeling like he's got to take that gamble. So, yeah, I will be interested to see if he uses the power up, because I have definitely had at least 1 game where I've played Kiwi and not used the power. It's a really tough position to be in, but sometimes it is the better play to do that. And yeah, he could easily get burned here, giving up the 6-point ecologist in the hope of getting something better. But there goes Benelli's eagle. Into the forest, and no, take off the hummingbird. You've got to take off the egg off the hummingbird here. Don't get greedy. Please. Don't get greedy for the end. Oh. No. He's got greedy for the end of round goal and missed the fairy red egg. So, oh dear. Well, not to be. And yeah, missed snow bunting tuck there for Jeast, obviously not wanting to give up Kiwi. But here we go. Kiwi time. Okay. Is he going to use it? Kiwi. This is the big question. Come on, Jeast. Oh, he's skipping it. He skipped. No. I think probably mathematically that's the right play, but yeah, I don't know. Right. It feels like he's behind here, so that's a tough one.
There was a chance for a 7-point site selection, someone said.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe large bird. I don't. No, not large bird.
Very few bonus cards he would have scored.
Yes.
A significant number off of. So
only a 3-point behaviorist, if that would have shown.
Yeah. Not really great, but there you go. Shepherd does take the end of round goal, and he's got these 2 yellow powers. 89 there? Yeah, well, he's going to pick up. Yeah, he's going to pick up some eggs. Yeah. Oh, no, this is going to be close. This is going to be a close game. I think in the end, I think the boards look wildly different. Yes. But kind of like I said earlier, it's the nectar points here is where Jeast has been really strong, and it's where Shepherd has really struggled getting hold of nectar. So I don't know. This feels like it's on a bit of a knife edge. Mm-hmm. We're maybe gonna see a very, very close result here as we come into these final scores. So
rolling through on Jeast's side. Shepherd the lead so far.
Nice bonus cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeast with a few eggs, obviously a few caches. He's got the nectar as well. This is going to be close.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's a food tiebreaker. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I had a feeling it'd be close. I didn't think it was going to be that close.
I didn't think it'd be that close either. I didn't. Wow. The nectar points really pulled it. So I would be really curious if there was a way for us to see what bonus cards would have been pulled.
Well, this is the thing.
Had he activated the Kiwi?
Yeah, I think this is where if you playing this game in person, 100%, I'd be looking at those top bonus cards just to see, because you never know. But this is the thing. Like if Jeast, maybe that site selection was going to come up. Maybe he was going to get more than the 6 points, and somehow sneak the win there. But not to be. So wow. Very, 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 very tight play, and nearly that missing egg that Shepherd missed out on the hummingbird, nearly coming back to bite him if that had been, what the 1 point that he needed.
Oh, Shepherd thought that the fairy wren was the tailor bird. Oh my goodness.
Well, maybe that's why you play in Habitat View, so you can see the powers. So.
Oh my god.
That's very funny. Oh, that's great. That's great stuff. Oh dear. Well, yeah. I mean, definitely a good thing it's not come back to bite. Then you do not want to be confusing yourself on the wrong bird. But that makes sense if he thought he needed to keep all of his star nests clear, and didn't think about the hummingbird.
No, that's such a bummer. But I mean, it worked out for him in the end.
It did work out. It did work out. But wow, that must have been a heart-stopping moment then for him. Coming into the yellow powers and not getting the eggs expected. But wow, there we go. That was a thrilling game. I mean, both players kind of with this tough starting hands, no real card draw, but the Brambling of the Twite did some real heavy lifting for Jeast. Obviously,
absolutely.
Franklin's goal coming up for Shepherd really kind of swung the game back in his favour, and the Benellis as well. That ended up being crucial to play that. That was exactly that was a huge play with the Falconer as well. You know, without that option, maybe this was going to be Jeast's game. But yeah, super tight one, 103-103. But yeah, Shepherd taking the win there on the food tiebreaker. So definitely a fun game. Enjoyed that one a lot. So yeah, thanks
everyone for being here.
Yeah, and thanks for joining me on the commentary, Aquanaut. Enjoyed that a lot.
Of course, fun.
And enjoy your day tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good one.
Yes, please everyone manifest lots of birds for me.
Yeah. I want to hear lots of
very warbly here in Chicago.
Yeah.
So
excellent. I want to hear lots of good stories and see lots of good bird pictures. So